Blizzard just dropped a whole bunch of information about Overwatch 2 PVE and gave us a link to the new support hero. There's a lot we got to break down and talk about that's really exciting, but do me a solid and smash that subscribe button because I'm so close to 60,000 subscribers, and let's jump into it. Now, we finally got a release date for story missions in Overwatch 2, and it's August 10th. That's right, the first iteration of the PvE that Blizzard has been cooking up is finally going to be here. And I know that a lot of us are still really down about all the news to the talent trees and everything that's changed about the story missions as a whole, or the story mode as a whole. But after watching the trailer, it's pretty hype. I mean, we get to see the characters talk with one another, we get to see them interact and progress the story forward, and if I'm being honest, I am really looking forward to how the story progresses. I mean, Overwatch's story has been kind of stationary, not moving for the past 7 years, so even from that point of view, it's going to be interesting to see, even if it's going to be a bit lacking compared to what it could have been. Of course, we've probably talked ad nauseum about that, as has the entire internet, so I think we're going to move on from that point. Now, Overwatch 2 Invasion is going to bring new story missions, a new season of content to unlock, a all-new PvP core game mode, new ways to build onto your skills with your favorite heroes, a brand new support, and more. So to give a brief overview of the story mode, which is the rise of the null sector, and as a TLDR, humanity and Omnics being a race of sentient machines, have a very tense relationship since the Omnic crisis, which was the global war that led to the Overwatch's creation. Overwatch gets disbanded, but then a sector called the Null Sector, which is like, think of like a terrorist Omnic group, is attacking Paris. All the Overwatch team, or a lot of them, come back together, including Winston, Tracer, May, and some other ones, to stop the Null Sector from destroying the city. Now, a lot of this seems like a continuation of the story mode that we saw way back when Overwatch 2 was like first play tested and people got to play the PvE. So I'm interested to see what improvements they have made, how much depth do they have in these story missions, and just overall, how fun is it? Does it feel like a real story mode? We're really gonna have to see how they bring it all together and if it's interesting at all to play. I'm not that sure at this moment, but I am interested in the lore. On top of that, we're getting new co-op events, like one where you're going to be able to explore the full Kings Row map, non-PvP areas, which we've done something similar to this in the past, but they're bringing it back and expanding upon it. In addition to that, they are adding a new PvP core mode that you can play quick play or competitive, and it's going to feature 2 new locales, which are Overwatch's 2 biggest PvP maps to date. Now, teams will fight for control of key positions across the map called flashpoints, aiming to capture 3 of them before their opponents do. Things move fast, and there won't be any relaxing once a point is captured, as the next one is already wanting to be captured as well. Now, they say, quote, "Not only will this mode test your skills on the gamepad, but your ability to plan ahead and stop opponents from moving on to the next flashpoint. That will be a huge key to victory." Now, this kind of seems like Call of Duty Capture Point, where you're capturing like 3 different objectives and, you know, racking up the time. I am pretty interested in its implementation into Overwatch, mainly based off the spawns. That's going to be a big one. And I do worry that for the majority of ranks, this mode is going to feel very deathmatchy. Like, people aren't going to be playing for team fights like they should and just kind of exploring around these huge maps. So I think from that point of view, it could get frustrating, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how it's implemented. And honestly, I'm just excited that there's just another new mode that's going to be fun to play. I'm excited to see it. And I do think it's a good idea to introduce new maps with whatever new mode you introduce as well. So yeah, we're going to have to see how it goes. Now, they're also introducing Hero Mastery Mode, where you're going to be able to play on special training courses designed for individual heroes, and the course will test your skills, and there'll also be a global leaderboard to showcase the top performing hero masters in the world. So you're going to have like time trial type stuff, practicing your character's mechanics, and being able to be put on a leaderboard. That seems freaking dope. Something else to compete for. I'm super excited about that. I just worry that people might cheat. I just hope that that's not going to be a thing. But if there's some form of something to detect or make sure it doesn't happen manually with manual oversight. But I am really excited about it, and they're not going to do every hero all at once. But with Invasion on August 10th, they are going to be releasing the first courses with select heroes. On top of that, the practice range is getting a big update with a brand new firing range to hone your aim with any hero, and there's a lot of practice settings, multiple targets to choose from. I know we can do something like this in Workshop, but it's cool that it's a bit more polished. It's more features added in, and there's like little animations like with the little disc cracking and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Now, last but not least, we got the first little showcase of the support. Just a flash of the character popping up, and it looks like a feminine character. She looks like she has like a gun on her right arm that maybe fires discs based on the way it's shaped. Little lines on her leg, like some form of energy, a crown, and when they pop into action, it makes a special noise, and it first shines like a rainbow and then like a full flash. So I don't really know what that is, but I'm really hoping it's not a goddamn flash, like an actual flash, like solar flare or something from freaking Valorant, because that is kind of what it looks like. I don't imagine they would put that into Overwatch, but they could, and that would really suck, so we'll wait and see. But honestly, with the cape and the design, from what I can see so far, I know it's going to be another banger of an agent, so I'm super excited. But let me know what you imagine this character can do. What do you imagine her abilities are in the comments down below, and please smash the subscribe so I can be well on my way to 60,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you next time.